Hey, Guardians. So, yeah, I don't know if I ever recorded this. I have to go take a look and see because this is confusing me. Um, I gotta pause this real quick here. Give me a second. But yeah, the bright dust thing. So let's take a look. Now, normally, most people like to do a review right off the bat. I don't. I do review of the pieces that are in the store, and I give my initial impressions. But then I wait till about Saturday and Sunday before I really decide, do I want to actually own any of this. Now, a lot of this stuff I already have pulled from Engrams. I don't think I paid for any of this. No, I haven't paid for any of this. Okay, so we're going to start here at the top. Looking at the Lay's Mercy. Um, I'm not too excited about this. It doesn't really say. It's not much of a significant change in the weapon's design or aesthetic to really mean much to me. To really like sing out and say, yeah, you want this. I don't pay for shaders. I don't use Bright Dust on shaders. I'll earn this probably later on in an engram. Then we talk about now. This is cool because it's basically you hunting the boss of a raid or a strike. I think. Yeah, there's Atheon. I believe that's Atheon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No, not really my personality. This is a shell. Let's see what it looks like in different shaders. I like to throw things under chaotic neutral. I mean, lawful neutral. It gives a chance to see the lines a little better. Um, it's kind of Art Deco, uh, but not really there. And I don't like the way the plates move around. They're not significant enough to be noticeable. I mean, this is going to be like about the size of your hand on the screen when you bring it up. It's not really worth it. When I first saw this, I thought, "Oh wow, this is cool. This is what I'm targeting. This is what I'm earning Bright Dust for this week." And then, as I started looking at it some more, I was like, "No, I don't like this. This whole element up in here is just so unbalancing. It just doesn't really it just doesn't really make it work. And then you of course you have the flavor text up here. Look at those intakes, classic lines. Yeah, so those intakes are nice, but this whole piece down here is just junk. I would have rather it have to have been a full undernose scoop down there as an intake, and this single Etzel like headlamp thing then have all this front end stuff here, and that bumper is just I don't know. It looks weird. It doesn't flow with what's going on back here. And now I know this is nuts because I'm a big fan of Sid Mead's design work, and for a lot of my later high school and early college year time, I was studying design uh, with the interest of going into either architectural or uh, just basically design, uh, mechanical design, you know, uh, and this right here, if this is supposed to have a function, I'm not seeing it because all the drive action goes on back here. This would be the intake. I mean, there's a tertiary drive down here, but I can't see any of this being part of the function of the design or flowing with the lines. When you do automotive design, everything starts with a line, and that line is supposed to convey speed more than anything. That's what and then you have power if you're designing a muscle car. But if you're designing a sports vehicle, this is definitely a sports vehicle. You want to have that speed line in there. There's a speed line on things, and when you look at the old 50s and 40s design, which by the way, this is very steampunk. Excuse me, diesel punk, being from the 40s and 50s with the whole thruster, rockets attached to it and shit. Atomic punk or whatever you want to call it. It's basically, it's the 1950s aesthetic, souped up to superfly. Um, And yeah, that lump in the front just kind of looks like a. It looks like it might be a cargo plate that was a cargo box that was attached there temporarily. I don't know. It's just not that doesn't work for me anymore. After spending about a few days looking at it from time to time, I'm not going in there. This was just a big nope the first time I saw it. Now, see, I am a twin engine fan. I love things like the P-38 Lightning. I've got a couple of Sparrows actually in my inventory ships that are in my inventory that match up with that whole design. Like, the Centerfire, which is the ship we were supposed to earn last season, but they didn't. I love that. That's a really cool design. Then you have my X-Wing, I call it my X-Wing, the Atlas Hauler. Again, it's a twin engine, kind of clean, nice lines. This says fast. This says speed. Then you have the Skulking Fox, named thus and looks like thus. I mean, I colored it to make it look like the Razor Crest as much as possible. But again, the twin engine intakes, and it's got a nice consistent line to it, good design. And then of course the Asian Day fixed wing. This is also a very diesel punk. This is all diesel punk. This is 1940s, 1950s warplane fixed wing, single wing kind of design. It's got a singular engine, though. I mean, it would be nice if it had twin engines on either side, but this kind of breaks up the line a little bit. That singular engine, kind of a clunky kind of way. Maybe if it was underslung, it'd be a little bit nicer looking because you have this high point that then tapers down here, and then you should think that maybe the engine would be there. But this kind of not only does this break up the airfoil, uh, the flow of air over the body, but it also like causes this blop, 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 kind of blop, blop. You don't want that in a fast design. Blop, blop. It's like, okay, Powerball time. Um, so yeah, I think for the most part, the shop is basically a big nope for the rest of this week, and I'll just save my bright dust for later. So thanks for stopping by.